Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. It is said in the scriptures, the truth is one, but the same truth is spoken of many different ways. Similarly, the truth is one, it can be reached by many different ways. One day, somebody in USA asked Swami Vivekananda, how come you people have too many gods, too many paths? See, we are so simple. One God, one path, one book, one day, over. So, Swami Vivekananda said, yes, you are right. Your approach is like, we make one uniform standard and there we want to fit the whole army into that uniform. If somebody is tall, cut his head. If somebody is short, pull him out so that he fits into that cloth. This cannot be, because the human personalities have predominance according to different types. Some people give a lot of importance and reality to this gross world. For them, the paths will be different. If you tell them, leave everything and go to forest, they will sue you. Then there are second type of people who are all the time only talking about their own imaginations and projections and projects and their emotions. Now for them, the path will be different. And there will be a third type of people who have risen above this. For them, the approach will be different. Keeping these three components of our experience. First component of our experience is this world. Second component of our experience is our experiences. And the third component of our experience is the experiencer who is going through different experiences. Now what is that which we give importance to? If we give importance to this world as real and this body as the ultimate truth about ourselves, for such people, our scriptures have told, follow the path of dharma. And what is dharma? Dharma is a code of conduct, how to live in this world. See? Satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyaya anma pramadaha acharyayaptanama vritta prajatantum ma vyavachetsi satyanna pramaditavyam dharmanna pramaditavyam bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Follow these do's and don'ts as indicated in our scriptures. This is the path. Then, those who take this world to be real, they take this world to be real only when they accept they are this gross body. For them, body is the ultimate. And such people will be always talking about two things. One is health. See? And second thing is longevity. If you do this thing, you will live long. For what you want to live long? If you want to curse somebody, then you should curse him in a dignified way. May you live long, bracket, and suffer silently. What for living long? See? It is something like, we should have a very good car. Yes, you should have. For what? Keeping it in the garage. But such people, their only spiritual practice is do good to the world, be good, and keep yourself healthy. Beyond that, they just cannot go. But we can't bypass them, we cannot neglect them. So for them, our scriptures have told this approach. Then the second type of people are those who want to achieve things in life, in this world. So they are constantly day and night struggling to fulfill their desires. But the desires are such that they can never be fulfilled. You fulfill one desire, the second stands in a queue. You may earn money earlier, maybe 100 rupees a month, then 1000 rupees a month, then 100,000 rupees a month, then million rupees a month. There is no end to it. There is no line, thus far, not further. And yet we want more and more. But we are short of our own abilities and strength and power. Then what such people do? They go to the God and say, "Oh God, kindly fulfill the following desires." Such people take to the path of devotion. Artha. They go to the Lord only for removing the problems of their life. In short, their prayers are, "Oh Lord, other than you, we want everything." So we planned that Hanumanji or Ganeshji outside our house, they should not come inside the house. They should stay there like a watchman and see that no bad things happen to us, so that our desires are fulfilled. Such people follow the path of devotion. Their devotion is for two purposes. One is fulfilling their desires. Second thing is out of fear. It is not out of love. See, this is Shravan Mahina, and I was supposed to do the Monday fast, and I forgot, and on Monday I have taken food 3 times. No, what will happen? So God doesn't reply. He has got better things to do. Then his representatives, agents called the Babajis are there. Then we go to the Babaji, "Maharajji, today Monday I ate 3 times, what will happen?" "No, beta, nothing will happen. You will go directly to hell." No, I don't want to go to hell." "Then give me the dakshina, so that your hell ticket I will buy and you will go to hell." See, friends. So such people follow the path of devotion more out of fear than out of love. So they invoke the energy from outside, from God. Then such people who want to fulfill their desires, they also invoke their energy within themselves. So that invocation of the energy within themselves is invocation of the Kundalini Shakti. And then they follow the path in such a manner that they are able to acquire that power. Whatever they desire, that must happen. So all the Shaktis, Siddhis are invoked. So first path is Dharma and Yoga, when we take the outer world as real and body as the real. Second path is when we want to fulfill our desires, follow the path of devotion or path of invocation of the Kundalini, what is called as the Siddha Marga. In these, the second one as well as the first type, there is a basic understanding, and that understanding is that we are one per body. So for every body there is one soul. Like for every shoe there is one soul, in the same manner for every body there is one soul. So when the soul of the shoe is lost, the shoe is thrown. In the same manner, when the soul departs from the body, that body is dead. Then that body has to be, that soul has to be taken care of. It should not go to hell, it should go to the heaven. Therefore, do punya karma, do the meritorious deeds, do charity, so that next life you will not again be born in Bengaluru. See, friends, this is the error. Now, those who have reasoned about this world and desire fulfillment project, now they are in the third grade, higher grade. For them, whose body, whose sin, whose merit, whose prarabdha? Prarabdha is not an object. What do we mean by prarabdha? To whom prarabdha belongs? Is the prarabdha belonging to the body or to God? To whom it belongs? And thus, we start working on this principle. See, who is this? Who is going through the experiences good and bad? Who imagines that he is born and he is going to die? Who is this? From here, the real spiritual life begins. So earlier is called as religious life, the first. The second is called as the life of upasana. In dharma, it is karma pradhan. Upasana is devotion pradhan, bhakti pradhan. It is said, karmani chitta shuddhyartham. Actually, karma should be performed for the purification of the mind. But what we do is karma is performed for the fulfillment of the desires. Bhagavan says, karmani chitta shuddhyartham, or yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. The seekers of truth perform the karma for the purification of the mind. Means what? Means karma is not done to achieve something in this world, but for the purification of the mind, which means the removal of the impressions of likes and dislikes on our mind. These are to be removed. So unless the likes and dislikes are removed, we will be prompted to live in this world under the influence of likes and dislikes. And that is what is called as a samsari. A samsari lives only under the burden of likes and dislikes. And his likes and dislikes have no logic, no reason. And we imagine we are very logical, intelligent. Whole life is guided by this. So karma is done so that we are free from the impressions of the past. Then upasana is done not for the fulfillment of the desire, but for training the mind. Mind has to be trained. We all suffer maximum only because of our own mind. Nobody suffers because of anybody in this world as much we suffer because of our own mind. Our mind is the most terrible monster which makes us miserable throughout life. Unfortunately, we don't realize this and we have never worked on our mind. Upasana is meant for working on the mind. Now, what is the working on the mind? Mind should be under our command and not we are the slaves of the mind. So, presently what happens? Mood nahi hai aaj. How can the mind dictate what we should do, what we should not do? Can you imagine? You are driving a car and the car decides where to go, not you decide where you have to go. What will be the tragedy? This happens, you must have experienced it. Earlier, the first time when we are learning how to ride a bicycle or a motorcycle or drive a car, the car goes in one direction. Why the car is going there? We feel miserable. In the same manner, our mind is propelled towards what we don't want. And then we become disgusted. See, there was one young devotee, he went to the Guru Maharaj and said, Maharaj, give me mantra, I will do the sadhana. How many days or months we have to chant? I can chant without any disturbance. I got control over my mind. He said, you have to chant this mantra, Rama Nama mantra, for 3 days. You will realize God. Okay, I get it. No, but it is not that simple. No, don't worry. I know my mind is under my control. What is the mantra? He was told. Chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So simple. I can do it. So go. He was going, and again the Mahatma said, Beta, please come. I have forgot to tell you one thing. When you are chanting Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, don't think about monkey. It is the only condition. And the young boy went, started Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. But what is wrong with the monkey? Actually, he was a devotee of Rama. Anyway, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Monkey, what is wrong? If Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, then monkey will not leave him. Friends. So Upasana is done for Chitta Ekagriyartham. Mind should be available to us whenever we want, for whatever purpose we want, for whatever length of time we want, without any extra efforts. Friends, it is for this purpose the Upasana is done. But our Upasana is done, if you see all these stotras which are chanted, at the end of this stotra there is Parashruti. If you chant this stotra, then those who don't have children, they will get children. Those who don't have money, they will get money. Those who don't have health, they will get health. Those who don't have enemies, they will get enemies. Meaning what? All this is done for getting something. See, friends, Upasana is not meant for getting the things. It is meant for controlling our mind to such an extent that the mind is available to us. Such a available mind alone can be employed for further contemplation. Both worries and contemplation are thoughts. Both are thoughts. Worries are the tensions and frustrations to solve the non-existing problems. When the problem is not there, how can you solve it? But the mind helps us. The mind provides a problem. I don't know what is going to happen to this world. Worry begins. So when you don't know what is going to happen to this world, be happy. If you know, be prepared. Where is a place for worries? But if there is no worries, the mind cannot survive. The diet for the mind to survive is either the past memories or the future worries. You block these two things, mind dissolves in consciousness. Therefore, these three paths, these three aspects of the spiritual life are dealt with in the text that we are studying, the Shiva Sutra. In the first chapter, we have studied the Shambhavopaya. Those of you who have not read, heard, so you can take that book. In English it is The Fundamentals of Life. And in Hindi it is Shiva Sutra Sadhana. So, on this path, Shiva Sutra, there are 4 ways. It's not a Rotary Club, 4 ways. The first upaya, the first path is called as Anupaya. Anupaya means it is not an upaya. Therefore nothing is told. How this happens, it happens, that's it. There is no how and why. So nothing is told, only it is mentioned. When the path is Anupaya, no upaya, it happens. The second one is called as Shambhavopaya. which was dealt with in the first chapter that we studied. In Shambhavopai, it is a flash of divine experience, Udyamo Bhairavaha. And thereafter, one has to simply, it is something like, the promotional trailer of a movie. In one flash, you just get it, which cannot be explained by anything. And then you hold on to that longer and longer time. Udyamo Bhairavaha. Then the third part is the Shaktopai. The Shaktopai is with reference to the mantra sadhana. In the first chapter, the self was defined as Chaitanya Atma. Pure consciousness is the self. In the second sutra, it was mentioned that Chittam Atma. Chittam mantra, not Atma. Chitta is the mantra. Mantra means what? This is the Shaktopai, wherein we use the mantra sadhana to dissolve the mind in the consciousness. See, friends, we have done it in a very exhaustive way in the last series of lectures to just give you glimpses. When the mantras are chanted, if we become extremely aware, where from the mantra begins, and where it is sustained and where it goes back, then we will come to know that every sound begins from me, it is sustained in me, it goes back in me. So the presence, sustenance and dissolution of the sound of any mantra is none other than the pure consciousness. In this manner, Chittam Mantraha, that by which our mind is dissolved in consciousness, that is called as the mantra sadhana. After that is done, then the third chapter which we will be taking this time. This third chapter talks about the Anvopai. Anvopai, in this, like in the Jains, they call it Anu. In Karma Shastra, they called it as Jiva. Therefore, the spiritual practice where Anu or the Jiva is taken as real. So there are three stages. In Vedanta it is called as Avidya Kama Karma and Hridaya Granthi. Here it is called as, first is the ignorance about one's essential nature. See? Then the second one is, because of this ignorance that I am this body, nothing else, therefore we spend our life only in fulfilling the desire, attain fulfillment. That doesn't happen. Then the third one comes is the karmiya mala. So we get involved in activities. So avidya is removed in the Shambhavopai, kama desires are removed in the Shaktopai, and the karma mala, the impact of the karma is removed by the Anvopai. So this time we will be studying this Anvopai, or where the karma mala is removed. And for that, the basic understanding about this is necessary. I'll just give in short. Paramatma is absolute existence. Normally we know existence of something, existence of the mic, existence of the book, existence of the audience, existence of light, existence of noise. We all know existence of. We are not talking about existence of. We are talking existence itself. But here also we get lost in again the relative existence. Like any object in this world is recognized in two ways. One way that object is present, second way the object is not present. Like now there is evening, there is no morning. So in this experience something is, something is not. In this manner we know existence in two ways, either existence of something or existence as opposed to non-existence. We are talking about the third existence, which is not existence of anything and it is not opposed to anything. Unopposed existence is the ultimate truth. Take a simple example. Sound. Oh. This sound is opposed to the silence. When there is a sound, there is no silence. When there is a silence, there is no sound. So they are opposed to each other. Both of them cannot simultaneously exist. But there is one principle which supports the existence of the sound and which also supports the existence of the absence of the sound. And therefore, it is beyond the presence and absence of anything. This unopposed reality is what is called as the Paramatma, the Supreme Reality. In this text, it is called as Param Shiva, absolute. It is indicated by Sat. Now this Sat has its own potentiality. Like fire has its own potentiality called as the burning power. The Sat has its own potentiality. That potentiality is called as Chit. Chit is consciousness. Now, when this potentiality remains unmanifest, there is no creation. When this potentiality becomes manifest, then there is a creation. See, like in this book, there is element fire. Because element fire supports the forms. So the element fire, although it is there, although it is supporting the form, yet that fire is cold in this book. It is not hot. The moment we invoke the burning potentiality of the fire in this particular book, this book will become hot, it will burn, and it will be manifestation of the element fire. But that fire will never be burnt by the burning power. Like the sugar cane never gets the diabetes, although it is supporting. In the same manner, Paramatma, his potentiality, the Chit, the consciousness, and the expansion of the consciousness is called as Ananda. See? We have heard Satchidananda so many times. What is that Satchidananda? Paramatma is Sat. In the Upanishadic language, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna. So in the Supreme, Parame, Supreme space is Chidakash. So in this absolute conscious existence, when there is a manifestation, it is Ananda. Therefore, Anandadeva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante Anandena Jatani Jivanti. So these 3 points should be very clear. Sat is Paramatma, Chit is its potentiality, like the burning power is the potentiality of the fire, and the flame's expansion is the Ananda. Wherever there is Ananda, there is expansion. When we are happy, we want to laugh, we normally laugh with the mouth open, ha 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 ha, unless you are a person from the 3rd page. People from the third page, when they have to laugh, they will take the tissue paper, put before the nose. They can't even laugh loudly. It is not culturally good. Dumb. So, Satchidananda. Now this Ananda is manifested in three ways. One is the Ichha Shakti. The second is the Jnana Shakti. And the third is the Kriya Shakti. When something is known, then only we have a desire. We don't have the desire for the unknown. This technique is used by the telemarketing. When everybody has gone for work, these ammas are at home doing nothing, that time channel 18 begins. And then they start showing various gadgets. If you buy this gadget now, it will cost you only 2100. But MRP is 21,000. And this amma falls a victim. And then buys that. After it comes, now that is meant for a hotel to cut the potatoes, 5 kilos potatoes cut in 1 minute. Now in this amma's house there are only 2 of them. So what they will do within 5 kilos of potato? But if you tell them, don't buy, you don't have any aesthetic sense. Sometimes we may require. When you require? And whole life is just lying. So what is the technique? First janati, then ichhati, desires, and then karoti. So these are the three powers through which Paramatma starts expressing and the whole world comes into existence. Therefore, spiritual practice is first karoti, control your activities. Then janati, instead of knowing about the worldly people's business, whose daughter-in-law has run away, whose son is a drunkard, there is no need. So, first give up activities, then give up uncalled for information, and then ichhati, desire for something higher in life. Both are desires. Just now before coming here, one old couple came and that man asked me, Swamiji, how to remember God? Please tell me. I said, you don't have to remember God. You forget the world. When you forget the world, God is remembered. God is not an object of memory. God is an experience. This experience is not possible because we are busy with the world so much that even if the God comes in front of us, we will ask Him, kindly show your photo ID, whether you are God or someone else. See, friends. Therefore, these are the three stages through which the seeker has to go. This time we will be talking about this Anvopai, the Karma Mala. And this Karma Mala is the one which is keeping us in this limited place, and this, the one who is doing the karma, is called the Anu or the Jiva. See, in Kathmandu, if you go, there is the Shiva temple, and it is called as Pashupatinath. Pashu is this Anu or the Jiva. Pati is the controller of this Jiva and the Jagat. Natha is the controller of all of them. So, Pashu is the Jiva, Pati is the Ishvara, Natha is Paramatma. Paramatma, with his potentiality under control, is Ishvara. Ishvara creates this world and expresses himself getting identified with the finite and become the Jiva. This is the way the whole world is manifested and explained for our understanding. Therefore, now, as we have seen in the first Sutra chapter, it was told Chaitanya Atma, pure conscious existence is the reality, the self. You may say, but we don't accept it. So what do we accept? With this third section begins. Atma Chittam. Now for us, Atma, I, the self is nothing but our mind. So if the mind is disturbed, I is disturbed. If the mind is happy, I is happy. If the mind is confused, I is confused. For us, Atma Chittam. And therefore our whole life is only for this purpose. That keep the mind in a good mood. So the mind wants to go for a movie, but this is not the time to go. Okay. But what happened to you? Whatever I say, you never agree with me. The mind makes us dance because that is our Atma. So, Atma Chittam. Yad etad Vishaya Vasana Shrutitvad Nityam Tad Adhyavasaya Vyapara Buddhi Ahankara Mano Rupam Chittam Tadeva Atati Chidatma Swaswarupakhyati Sattva Adhivritya Avalambinana Yonihi Sanjarati Atma Anu Ityartha. Now this Atma, this mind or the Chitta functioning in this world carries so many impressions on the mind, and this mind with the burden of impressions is responsible for going from one life to another life. Here I will tell you some very subtle points, be attentive. We have a choice to accept what you are. If you accept, I am a husband, nobody can help you, but you have to suffer. If you accept, you are a man or body, nobody can help you. You will born, you will grow, you will die. If you accept, you are a soul, there is nobody can help you. You will be going from Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. And if you accept that you are divine, nothing can touch you. What more simple spirituality you want? But we are told again and again, Papoham, Papakarmaham, suffer. You are given a choice, friends. See, the first choice was Chaitanya Atma, you are divine. But do you think we listen? No, where I am divine? See, because I don't remember anybody's names and all that. So to hide my ignorance, I address people with respected vocative case. Bhagwan, how are you? Mahatma ji, how are you? So the other person says, Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma. Where I am a Mahatma. So they don't like me addressing them Mahatma. Then I said, okay, you fool, how are you? See, I'll address you what you want. So when I say, oh fool, how are you? They not become angry because I called fool. They become frustrated. How come Swamiji also knows that everybody calls me fool? See, friends, choice is given to us. Don't accept that you are a body. Don't accept you are a soul. You are divine. See, friends, how strange it is. Now just try this. You think that you are unfortunate. And all the negativities will start sprouting in you. You think that you are a husband. Other than the wife with a penna in the hand, no picture can come in front of your eyes. If you think you are a father, then the son will start persecuting you. Just think. So if you have to think, why not think great? Yamati Sagati. Whatever you think you are, that you are. See? So, at this stage for us, Atma is Chittam. This mind is the Atma. And therefore, this mind, Yonir Yoni Sancharati, he goes from one life to another life. Now here also, the principle, if we understand, this becomes an asset. This becomes a stepping stone. When we accept ourselves to be the soul, the subtle body, the jiva, the linga deha, living this body after the body dies, what it should mean, that should be clearly understood. So when we say that when this body dies, the Atma goes to other body or to the hell or heaven, what does it mean? That Atma or the soul never dies. So when the Atma or the soul never dies, is accepted, can there be a fear of death? Fear of death is only because we have accepted ourselves to be the body. So we simply talk about that, papoham, papakarmaham, never mind. But remember this, if you are a soul, someone other than the body, then whether the body dies or doesn't die, nothing happens to you. Immediately, freedom from fear will be the result. You have conquered 1/3 distance to the heaven. There are 3 stages through which we reach heaven. First stage is the fear of old age and death vanishes. Second stage is the fear of hunger and thirst is over. The third stage is the impact of shoka moha of the mind is dissolved. Where the 6 things are absent. Fear from old age and death, fear from hunger and thirst, fear from delusion and grief. When the 6 things are removed from our system, we are in heaven. Heaven is an experience. It is not a place where you go. The word loka means experience. Loka is not a place, like a Bengaluru is a place. In the same manner, heaven is not a place. Therefore, this principle of the jiva is meant only for us to recognize freedom from these 6 problems. So, Atma Chittam. So, first it was said Chaitanya Atma. So, iti swabhava bhutitvad ekatva sarupa pratipadayan ashena purvam atma lakshitaha. Idanim tu tad etad iyam sankocha bhavasa pradhana vana shauchittena itina purva vaishapyam. So what is said earlier, Chaitanya is the Atma, and now what is said, that the Jiva is the Atma. So this is the process by which we can reach the pure consciousness. Now, asya chitta swarupasya anumatmanaha jnanam bandhaha. Now this Atma, how this Atma, the soul, the Jiva, the Anu, comes in bondage. Second stage. Jnanam bandhaha. He is caught up by the knowledge. This sutra comes twice in this book. Initially also it is said Chaitanya Atma, next sutra is Jnanam bandhaha. Here also Chittam Atma, again Jnanam bandhaha. In Vedanta we hear Rute Jnananna Muktihi. Without the knowledge there is no liberation, and here it is said knowledge is bondage. So which knowledge is the bondage? The knowledge gathered through the sense organs and the mind is the bondage. Jnanam bandhaha. Now see, there are 2 things. One is, we perceive some information about something. Perception through the mind or the sense organs does not create bondage. But what the mind does, after perception, the mind starts projecting. And all the projections put together is called as a desire. Like you see something. After that seeing or knowing about something, immediately the mind starts projecting. See? Like I was talking to my friend, see, your laptop has got, only this much storage, it can be improved upon, see, and explain. Really? I will do it. Till he did not know, no desire. The moment it is known, the mind starts projecting that it is good, it is required, it is simple, it can be done. All these thoughts projecting value, importance, utility on any object, and in the absence of that object, a sense of incompleteness, this phenomena is called as birth of a desire. And this desire creates bondage, jnana bandha. If we know something and stop there, no desire. Be attentive. Desire is always about something finite. Desire is never about something infinite. We desire to have 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. Do we have the desire to have the total space at our disposal? When we go in some shop and there we see a beautiful picture, nice sunset, and the sun is somewhere like a .com, and then there is the birds flying in such a formation that it looks as if it is a garland, and that somebody has taken a beautiful shot at the right time, and then it is blown up and kept over there. Oh, what a beautiful picture. I think I should buy it and keep it on my wall inside the house. Desire will come. But if you go somewhere on the seaside, and after you go and see the similar type of thing, you don't get the desire. I should lift the whole sea and sun and take it to my house. In short, desire is always about finite. Because mind cannot comprehend infinite. The moment the mind is trying to catch the infinite, the mind dissolves. Be attentive. Sounds are finite. Silence is infinite. Where you give to your mind silence as an object, meaning listen to the silence. Mind will not accept it for long. Because silence is infinite. In sound it can be entertained. In this place, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The mind will feel very uneasy. Boss ho gaya. Again, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is what happens many times. You sit for meditation and you feel you have been sitting for meditation for 300 years. And then you look into the watch, 3 seconds. There is the watch. See, friends, mind cannot make infinite as an object of knowledge. Finite things are only 2. One is sounds, second is forms. Therefore, Nama Rupa, sound and forms, this is world. If you want to go beyond the world, the only technique is drop the sounds, drop the forms. Out of these two, any one you begin. Drop the sounds. Bhagavan Shankara says, Laya vikshepayoho sandhau manastatra niramisham sasandhi sadhito yena samuktanatra samshaya. Laya vikshepayoho sandhau. Oh, this is vikshep. And the second Om is yet to come. So, Om. The second Om. In between these two, it is called a sandhi, junction. Tatra, there, manaha niramisham. The mind is objectless. This objectless, thought-free experience is Paramatma. In the language of J. Krishnamurti, he used to refer to this as objectless awareness. So sound is an object. So when we make the mind to listen to the silence, the mind dissolves. So, this chitta, which is the I, the self, when the mind dissolves, then the same Chittam Atma ultimately realizes Chaitanya Atma. Because mind and consciousness are not two. Like the ice and the waters, they are not two. Water with name and form is ice. Ice without name and form is water. Consciousness with the finite is mind. Mind merged in the infinite is consciousness. The finitude is in terms of the duality, knower known duality. This is what is the Jnanam Bandha. So when we get caught up in this thought knowledge, then thereafter one will be getting involved again and again only in pursuit of these worldly objects. So one who knows about this, like Bhagavad Gita says, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate. Any object that you indulge ultimately leads you to the misery. Nateshu ramate buddha adyantavanta kaunteya. Any indulgence you take, suppose you like Rasgulla because you are a Bengal. So, how much can you eat? First Rasgulla, oh wow. Second Rasgulla, a really good one. Third Rasgulla, extremely wonderful. Fourth, as you go on increasing the number of Rasgulla eating, a stage comes. Now enough here, I can't. No, take some more. Dukkha yonaya evate. Be attentive. Human mind cannot remain attracted toward the same thing for a longer period of time. Unless it is deluded. That is why you go to any beautiful place. When you go for the first time, aha, wow. Second time you go, aha, gone, wow. Third time you go, यहाँ ठंडा ज़्यादा है, गर्म नहीं कुछ. Fourth time you go, come on, let's go and sleep inside, it is too cold. The same place, human mind cannot remain attracted towards anything in this world for all the time. That is why when these couples, when the ladies reach somewhere between 42, 43 onwards, and the gents reach beyond 52, 53 onwards, maximum divorces happen during this period. The mutual attraction has died and is replaced by mutual hatred. It is not their fault, it is a manufacturer's defect. The mind cannot remain attracted. Here, if somebody can help us, is only our tradition, our culture, our respect for the elder, respect for the society. But if a society is such that where everybody gets divorced, one friend of mine, his daughter, she is, I think, in college. I was there when this happened. When she was hardly in KG1 or KG2 or primary, one day she came from her school and was very bad mood. She said, "Mom, Dad, both of you come together, sit before me." So they said, "What happened to you?" "No, you answer my question." Yes. "Between two of you, who is my real parent?" So they say, "Both of us." "How it is possible? In my school, I am the only abnormal child who has got two parents. Everybody has got only one parent." Imagine that society where everybody is divorced. If you are not divorced, it is abnormal. See, friends, therefore, this mind is making us dance because we are all the time imagining, if I get this, I'll be happy. If I get married, I'll be happy. Then if I get divorced, I'll be happy. Then again I will try, second time I'll be happy. Then third time I'll be happy. And then we become marriage practitioners. No end to it. Now why this happens? The third sutra tells, Kaladinam Tattvanam Aviveko Maya. This Jnanam Bandha happens because we are not able to understand the secret behind the various aspects of life. Kaladinam, these are technical terms, that is the Kala, Vidya, Raga, Kala and Niyati. These are the 5 layers behind which or below which we are burned or buried. For example, Kala. Kala is an aspect. Instead of looking at everything in its totality, we take only one small part and we imagine this is all. But if we have patience, if we can tolerate, slowly we come to know that one small little event which has destroyed our life could be saved, provided we understand life is not only a cul sack, life is much more than that. Then, secondly, Vidya. Our understanding is whatever I have known, that alone is the truth. If I cannot understand, it is not the truth. Many people say like this thing, even I did not know, this is from Gita. Even I did not know means what? Are you at the last word in wisdom or what? See, friends, this is the second limitation. The third limitation is Raga. Raga is our notion that without this particular object, life is impossible. And therefore, our whole life is only running towards those what we like and running away from those what we don't like. So what is our life? Run or run. Either towards something or away from something or somebody. Raga, the third secret, Kala. Kala is the time. We imagine our life is only between the womb and the tomb. We forget our life is much more beyond these limitations. So when you look at the life in its totality, then we come to know how silly it is to fight on small little issues. Like we all are grown-ups. You must be remembering your childhood. During childhood, for small little things, how miserable, angry, disturbed we became. Now when we look towards our children and they are fighting for small little things, we remember, nahi yaar, मैं भी ऐसे बेवकूफ था. But now you are grown up. You don't become miserable on account of that. In the same manner, when we grow out of our small little stuff, then alone we have understood the secret of this Maya Tattva. And then Niyati. Niyati is not that something is happening only to us. Things happen to everyone. Like many people say this thing. Swamiji, whenever I sit for meditation, the mind is too disturbed. What should I do? Don't have to do anything. Everybody's mind disturbs. But we feel, my mind only disturbs. No. Similarly, we feel, I am the only miserable husband. No, every husband is miserable. Once you know some problem is generalized problem, it is not a problem. How simple it is? Oh, then it is okay. See, friends, if only the road is dug in front of your doorsteps, then it is a problem. If the whole Bengaluru is dug, no problem. When in Bombay, they were converting the roads into cement roads. So half of the road is to be always dug, like a big long grave to put the whole Bombay in there. So they used to say, somebody came from me, Swamiji, what is this? Everywhere dug. I said, no dug. यहाँ खुदाई है, वहाँ खुदा है, चारों तरफ खुदाई है. Bombay is a spiritual place. Everywhere there is a digging. This is how it is. Take life lightly, don't become serious. So, Tattvanam aviveko maya. Now, what is the meaning of Maya? This we have to understand very clearly. First is the Maya Shakti of Paramatma. What we call potentiality. Because of this Maya Shakti alone, the whole world is created. And the creation of the Paramatma's Maya Shakti is not a bondage, is not a problem. For example, 5 great objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. There is no problem. To come in contact with those objects through our 5 sense organs, no problem. Mind, where we have experiences, no problem. In the God's creation, there are no problems. The other day I was telling in our retreat, one young boy went to God and said, oh God, the girls that you have created, they are so beautiful, so lovely, so nice to be with them. But why the wives are so terrible? God said, my dear child, girls are created by me. Wife is created by you. This is your creation. See, friends, this Maya Shakti, which is creating this world, is not a source of problem. One is Maya Shakti. Second is this Maya Tattva. The Maya Tattva is when we are functioning through the limitations, we are not able to comprehend its entirety. Miyate anaya ya sa maya. For example, what we see with our eyes depends on the limitations of the eyes. Our eyes cannot go beyond this light spectrum between the red and the violet. So, only up to these 7 bands of the light waves can be comprehended, seen by the eyes. And if we say, whatever I see by my eyes, that alone I accept as real. And if it is beyond the scope of my eyes, it is not real. Then we are coming under the influence of this Maya. Similarly, whatever I understand, that alone is real. If I don't understand, it is useless. That is the impact of Maya. See, friends. So if we want to get beyond the Maya, what will happen? Even if we don't understand, But when the scriptures tell you are divine, accept it, then only you can proceed by ahead. But right in the beginning, I don't accept I am divine, then you will never put efforts. Therefore, to begin your spiritual life, what is essential is the Shraddha. What is said in the scriptures must be accepted blindly. Then you can follow and then come to realize that what was said was right. That is, second is this Maya Tattva. And the third is the Maya Granthi. Maya Granthi is our identification with the gross body and thereafter taking ourselves to be only the gross body and nothing beyond that. That is the Maya Granthi. See, friends. So, Tattvanam Aviveko Maya, here Maya means Maya Granthi. And till such time, we are holding on to these two notions that I am body and I am the soul. Bondage will never be gone with. Therefore, all the spiritual practice is only this. Get out of these wrong notions of that I am the body and I am the soul. If this is the goal of our spiritual life, then we are following the right track, and for that, whatever you are doing is a spiritual practice. If this is not happening, and whatever you are doing is only an acrobatics. So how can we achieve freedom from this body identification and the notion we are a soul, we are a Shiva? That is the next topic that we will take in our tomorrow's satsanga. Till then, bye-bye. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.